This is a little update about my life and what I've been up to. In this video, I think I'm going to ask for some explicit feedback and comments and stuff, so feel free to reach out via email or in the comments with anything I talk about here and let me know what you think, or let me know if you have any thoughts. Last month, I came to Pittsburgh to begin preparing for making my documentary series Learning and Liberation with my girlfriend, Genevieve. This is my first time living away from the outer Philadelphia area where I was born and where I've lived my entire life, so it's felt kind of weird being here for an extended amount of time. Coming to Pittsburgh has been really cool. I've been able to explore the surrounding areas a bunch. I've eaten a bunch of cool food and seen a bunch of cool people and done a bunch of things that I didn't really do in the area I was in before. It's the furthest I've been from home, and it's kind of, has that kind of moving into college-y experience, even though it's not what I'm doing, but it's, that first step out of the place I grew up.
There we go.
This month, July, I'm leaving to make a documentary for a year with my partner Genevieve. It's called Learning and Liberation, and I've definitely spoken about it on this YouTube channel and social media and stuff, but if you don't know, if you haven't seen those things, it's going to be an 8-part documentary series about self-directed education and alternative learning and things within that general field. It's something I'm really passionate about, obviously, because I've been unschooled for so long, and it's going to be really cool. We're doing kind of full-time travel for 6 to 9 months until next March, I want to say, off the top of my head, and going to a bunch of cool schools and organizations and places all across the US, so that's going to be super rad. But I've been working really hard on getting that ready with Genevieve for the past month and way before that, but at least in person for the last month. You can check out our social media, our Instagram, our Facebook, our website if you want to know even more, but the first episode doesn't come out until fall, so you've got a bit of time still, but you should totally still check those out because there's going to be behind the scenes stuff and what we're working on and updates over there more than over here. We're going kind of around the perimeter of the US, I want to say. That sounds a little weird and wrong, but we're going starting in Pittsburgh and working kind of to the west coast slowly, through the upper US section, working our way down the west coast, and coming back kind of through the southern states, and up the other coast, and then up into New England, and then back to Pittsburgh. So it's kind of a big loop we're doing. If you have any suggestions of things to do kind of on that route, I'd be totally interested in hearing them. We're looking, for cool and interesting things to see when we're not filming the documentary, because this is also a travel trip, that we're going to get to experience beyond working time. So if anything in, those general areas, those kind of bordering and coastal states, let me know, because I'd love to hear ideas or suggestions. Or if I know you in some way and you want to hang out, let me know.
Where are you going?
I officially have a books I want to read list for the first time since I was 15, which is exciting. I don't know why I haven't had a queue of books in a while. I've just kind of been reading what I need to read for projects and stuff. Sort of has some kind of pleasure, personal development, and work-related book list, which I might put on screen depending on if it feels interesting and appropriate when I edit this. But if you have books as well as recommendations, that's something I'm looking for. Really trying to find stuff on the personal career growth, not career growth, that sounds gross, personal development, I guess, and fun books as well, novels, and stuff about film. So if you have any book recommendations, throw them somewhere. Throw them at me through email, comments, wherever. Just travel boom setup. It's this all just collapses and it's I don't know. This fuck, I like this a lot. I've been talking with my mentor, Blake Bowles, a lot about this YouTube channel and kind of the direction I want to take it in, and he's the one who actually suggested and inspired this video of just kind of talking to the camera, which is not something I typically do in a kind of unstructured way. I mean, this is somewhat structured, but not a free-form, unstructured, rambly kind of way. So he's the one who kind of inspired this video of a bunch of talking about what I'm up to as a kind of a life update. I don't know, I've been talking with him a lot about this YouTube channel and kind of the direction I want to take it in, and it feels like a important part of kind of fun film work I do, because I see with the documentary and future things I make being I don't want to say more professional, because I don't know, professional, I guess professional, I want things to be more professional, but I see this YouTube channel kind of remaining a place for kind of cool and fun and interesting projects. Not that it's not going to be serious, but just a place for very Ben-centered, what interests me type stuff. I've also been talking to Blake a lot about the idea of, like, you know, having more community-centric stuff, like, you know, people who watch things, people who watch things that I make, interacting in kind of a more direct way than just, you know, I pump something out, release it, and kind of drop it for people to see, kind of having it be a more interactive experience, if that makes sense, which is an intriguing thing. Part of why I want feedback on things like books and what I'm listening to and where I'm going to be going in the future is because I think it's kind of cool, you know, if there are people who watch these, that people can give me their thoughts. So please give me thoughts if you have them. It's on 77.
77?
Like put it lower if we wanted. If I do make anything on it before, like, the end of this project in, like, I guess a year, it's probably going to be fun, passion-driven kind of content. Nothing insanely polished, but just, like, you know, what interests me, what kind of creative things I'm into, or what, you know, just whatever I want to try, what interests me. And while I'm on the road, it's probably going to be some travel-y stuff, or, you know, maybe it's going to be nothing. I don't know. It depends how much time I have. But I don't know. I think the future of, you know, what I make here is going to be fun, kind of community-based, interesting for Ben content, which is kind of what I was doing before, but I feel like I want to make, like, a hard stance on making kind of fun, cool, whatever interests me stuff, and also trying to involve the people who watch it more through community interaction and other ways to contact me. I feel like, I don't know, I've made videos about how I feel about social media, but I've kind of been thinking, you know, posting more on Instagram could be fun in, like, a life update-y kind of way. I don't know, so check Instagram too, I guess. That'll be linked in my bio. That's probably where you'll see stuff about the trip before anything else, you know, except for the Learning and Liberation page, so. I don't know, that's my update.